Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Knight's Ransom. Episode 54, in fact. I was about to ask, how have we gotten here? But we know how we got here. This party's a bunch of murder hobos. No, that's not true. They're just a bunch of war criminals. That being said, as always, we'd like to thank our sponsors before we start a stream. And we'd like to thank Effects May Vary, a local band here in Toronto. I don't know why I almost forgot that. As well as our Patreons. Mama Bear, who cannot be here tonight, is currently the only one not worthy. Is the only one currently paying high enough for a shout out. So please, by all means, if you wish to support us and our content and would like to hear your name on stream, head on over to our Patreon and we can make that happen. All of that money goes to making sure that we can give you guys a fantastic show, and anything that comes our way immediately goes right back into the adventuring company to improve stream qualities and whatnot, so that, you know, we are producing as high a quality of content as we can, given our circumstances. We also like to thank D&D Beyond, a wonderful repository for everything 5e, both canon and homebrew. Spell Twitch correctly. There we go. Let's see. I don't think... oh! We have new merch, right? Otter? New glasses? We now have pint glasses in the store! So if you want to check out what our merch looks like, go ahead and hit !merch in the chat, and you can check that out. In addition to that, we also have our Discord, and if you want to check out the shenanigans and hilarity that we get up to, hit !Discord and you can join our Discord. So, with that being said, let's hop into our little before stream video, and we will get this game on the go. When we left this intrepid group of war criminals,
what war crimes do you speak of?
I can't even call you adventurers anymore because you're not. You're just all a bunch of war criminals. You may have been on the right side of the war, but you're all a bunch of war criminals.
I'll say, but we're respected war criminals.
Yeah, I could never. Everybody
They call you
me.
war hero, but you are a war criminal. There is no war hero that is not also a war criminal. So you were met with sorry, trying to find her. The hell is her name?
Scorpia.
Mayor Scorpia, who turned around in her chair, petting a cat, Like every terrible Bond villain ever. Hence the name of the stream title, the stream this week. And she has said that she would be happy to help you, but you need to help her first.
Well, for starters, Ryan will take off their cap, so, form goes back to normal, and we'll do a very deep bow.
Okay. She acknowledges your bow with one of her own. Not nearly as deep. She's the one in charge here.
So what can the likes of us do for you?
Well, you see, I have a small problem. There is a family. And when I say family, I don't mean, like, brothers, sisters, although I'm sure some of them are related.
So you mean a faction?
Yes, sorry, I got tagged in something on another server, and it was, like, hard loss in our community, and I'm like, wait, who the fuck did we lose?
My patience? I don't know.
No. No, one of the original staffers passed away earlier this week. Okay.
Condolences to their family.
Condolences to the TTRPG community.
Mm-hmm. Their family.
Yep. Alright. Yes, it is. We call them families, but it is a faction of people who, they're looking to try and usurp my power. And we can't have that. So you are going to go deal with them for me. How you choose to deal with them is up to you. But the message should be clear. They are not taking my seat.
And where do we find this family?
You will find them on the south end of town. Probably holed up in their mansion that they call a fortress. Their family name is the Marvells. And I would be careful. They're not to be taken lightly.
DM, did you have an answer to my question from earlier before stream about Faye?
I don't recall the question. Could you ask it again, please?
Does Orion know anything of the etiquette speaking to Faye?
Yes.
Cool.
Which is primarily don't give them your fucking name.
I mean, I don't know what my true name would be anyway, so have at it. But also, they're a stickler for rules. And deals are binding.
Yes, they are. And saying things like, I will give you anything, is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Also, don't thank them for anything they do, because then it seems, then you owe them. Say, I appreciate you thought of me. But, I don't know how I want to word this delicately. So is this a formal deal where we will gain some aid in return for giving you some aid?
Yes. If you want to term it that way.
Well, words are particular.
Yes, they are.
So I guess the wording we would be looking for is if we help you with your problem, you will help us seek out the wee woo. Me flipping through my notes super fast.
Oh, okay. Just picture like, Stop.
Kill Bill sirens go off as he's looking for his notes.
That's Orion's loading sound.
Better than the Jeopardy noise.
You just hear wee woo coming out of like the ears.
Yeah.
A pair of marital rings to Hera that should be located within your city.
Within my city?
In the vicinity or within. Last we heard, they were around the area of Kwanma.
Well, you deal with that for me, and then I will see what I am able to do to help. This may take a little bit of time. You realize something that old is not something that we're just going to be able to wave our hand and have magically appear.
Oh.
There's a little legwork that needs to be done. But now that I know what you're looking for, I shall do my best to procure it for you. And you'll get it, assuming you do this for me.
So we can
Does that sound like a fair deal to you?
I look to the party.
I am biting my tongue.
Ooh,
I'm going to say
Sure, why
something
not?
mean, and it's probably not going to end well. So I'm just going to...
When you leave her office, I want you to tell me what you were going to say. I want to know.
Gets outside of the building and just screams it into the sky.
I will consider it.
Okay.
No, I say mean, but it's just like, I don't know. Sasha being Sasha. I say that, but he is the nicest gentle giant you will ever meet.
Until you're on his bad side.
Which sounds like a you problem.
As the DM, that's 90% of what my problem is a you problem.
Just a happy boy. I'm just happy to be here. And causing problems on purpose.
There it
I
is.
know that
Causing
job.
problems on purpose.
My job is to facilitate these problems, and I'm here for it.
Love it.
Even Orion is like very visibly choosing their words with this person.
Oh, that's why I'm not talking.
Mm-hmm.
Just in full armor. So be it. Put your popcorn down.
What'd you say?
So put your popcorn down. Like you
No.
were eating popcorn.
I am eating popcorn.
Oh my god.
She just put
I'm
away the bag
hungry!
of popcorn. I
I
seen
see
Set
it.
to the side
I
after
see the mug.
filling my
Look how
cup.
I see. I don't know what you want from me.
My brand new cup. My brand new t-shirt that matches said cup.
Okay, so for taking care of communicating to this family and making sure they understand that they should not come after your power, you will procure for us the rings of Hera.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I need a wisdom saving throw from the entire party.
I still have Sasha's dice out from last time. That's perfect. Does my +5 count for this?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's tasty. +5 to everyone.
Well, that's
Make
about the
Probably
only
that
gonna-
thing
plus
that's
10
gonna save
to
me then.
everyone, but plus 5 to you.
Wait,
I don't
does
think
it
they stack here. They
Oh,
don't
those
stack.
don't stack?
No.
I thought we stacked them before.
Yes, because I was doing it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And I have since learned that that's not how it works.
I'm the
I-
main
That's fine.
paladin
In this
here,
case,
so-
at least both the paladins get it too.
True. Calibro fist bump.
So, with
Howdy,
a
bros.
+5, that is an even 30 with a +5.
Did you fucking not 20 that, you little shit?
No, that was a 19. It was really close. It would have been a 31 with a natural 20.
I got
Wait.
26.
If you have +5, how did you get 30?
Because I have a
Because he has a +6.
6.
Oh no!
I have
okay,
I have
sorry.
a plus.
I
So
thought you
with
meant your total plus was plus. I got
with
you now.
yeah,
Okay.
with the paladin buddies, I have a +11, and I rolled a 19.
Masha,
I
what's
got a
yours?
20 total.
I got 26. 15 + 5 + 6.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 15.
All right.
Roll the 14.
Monric and Karasef. You both feel compelled to share your name with this fae.
I will punch him in the head.
Monric Black Knight.
And she turns her gaze on Karasef. You are feeling compelled to share your name.
I doubt I can move fast enough to slap either of them mid-sentence, so there's nothing I can really do.
I was standing in the back. Hearing like any sort of instance of name, I will move to punch both of them in the back of the head, and I don't care if I cause drama. Trauma, damage.
Yes.
Drama
apologize.
or trauma, either
All
way.
of the
My
above.
name is still Karasef Gilmore.
I want to stop it.
I need you to give me an insight check first, Quentin.
Okay. What's my insight? Oh, it's a +6. 16?
No.
Damn it. And I'll still smack them later. It's fine.
I believe it. I just gotta make a note.
Y'all are gonna
Because
fucking
you
hate
know
your
for
life.
a fact that if Fred had been here, y'all would have all of your names would have been forfeited.
— because Fred
She
would
would
have
not have been
introduced
able
us
to help
all
herself.
immediately.
I can see it now. Hi, I'm Fred, and these are my friends. This is Sasha. Yeah.
Exactly.
Except which she doesn't always say full names, right? She only says first names.
You're correct.
This is very
but
true.
half your name still is power.
So
I have.
okay, I have a question. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Ask.
known.
But
Would-
you did not give your name.
Okay, I was like, my name's known pretty like consistently and
So
and, like,
the way
well
the
in a
way
place.
the phase work, right?
Okay.
Okay, it has to be in their presence because they know who Queen Rivelin is. That doesn't mean they get to control her because she's one of the most well-known monarchs in the world.
True. But also, would Fred introducing us instead of us actively
Half
willingly
power.
giving the name?
Half power.
Hmm.
You would basically be taking those those wisdom saves against the compulsion with the Fae at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. And follow-up question for me. Orion isn't really my name. Would that actually give them anything?
As far as naming conventions go, because you are constantly introduced as Orion until you are told differently about your true name, you consider Orion to be your true name.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean rule. Have you not been introducing yourself as Captain Old? So,
The moment we get outside, I am bonking them both on the back of the head. Like I'm cracking eggs. I mean, it's gonna hurt and I apologize.
She does nothing with the acquisition of their names though. Just so we're clear. She doesn't actually do anything with them. I just had to make a note that they did give up their names.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The other two of you did manage to successfully
What was the save?
avoid it. 25.
High five.
Now,
Oh,
Monarch,
fuck.
I realize that you only have a +1. Had you nat 20'd that, you would have automatically passed. I do acknowledge sometimes the limitations of bonuses.
Yeah, I was screwed it no matter what.
Oh.
But there was a chance.
There was a chance.
Kind of heavily sighing at what just happened, I will take a step or two towards Scorpia and extend my hand, so it's a deal.
Yes, it's a deal. And she shakes your hand.
Fantastic.
And then she allows you guys to leave.
If you would allow
Yes,
me a singular question before we leave.
I feel like with you, singular questions become more than singular questions, but go ahead. You good there, Zara?
Yeah, I was laughing. Sorry. I had just taken a bite of something and you made me laugh.
Does your familiar have a name? That's all.
My familiar does have a name.
Fantastic. And I leave. I asked for a singular question. I realized what I walked into, and I'm not going to push it.
All right. You proceed out of the mayor's building. Sasha.
Yeah.
Please describe exactly what you're about to do as you walk behind
I'm
Zara, or behind Karasep and Monarch.
I'm literally just walking up, taking both my fists, and like bonking them on the back of the heads. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to cause, like,
no damage.
too much
No
damage.
damage. You guys just get bonked.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned Gib slap.
What's that
Gotcha.
for?
It's like a slap, but it's just like a...
Yeah, but you were just asked what was that for,
Yeah.
Sasha?
You gave your names to a fae.
Is that bad?
Yeah. It very well could be. Oh, I should have thought of this ahead of time. They're known for it. Hopefully they don't use them. Call on you. It's use them. Had a friend in the past give a name. Didn't go well.
That's Sasha lore I didn't know about.
It's lore, but it's lore that Otter even knows. Because it's Emrys. Emrys from Theon's ship.
Oh, right, Kate.
He's given
Yep,
his name
yep,
in the
yep.
past. Yep.
That's the thing that definitely happened.
To a leprechaun.
Oh, that's
So-
terrible.
Though I don't think he liked being called that, but still.
I'm gonna root around in my bag and produce a children's book about how not to talk to the Fae and hand it to both of them.
At the
See
round
if you have
children.
a copy of that, let alone two.
Actually,
No,
gather
just
around,
a
make it
singular.
fair.
Just a singular. And just like, here.
This ain't school.
Okay,
If they forget their book,
Either way, roll me a D100 to see if you have a copy of that book on your person.
Oh, come on. He is so the carrier of odd objects.
That is
so
a
many-
73.
Yes, you pull one out.
Here you go.
Joseph takes it, just starts
You think.
carefully reading it, flipping through the pages.
It is 100% like a picture book children's style novel about like dealing with the Fae, and it's just a whole lot of don't.
stop before you start.
There's a lot of don'ts, but there's a lot of actually like really good information in it as well. Specifically, like, they really follow the rules of hospitality. Like, to the point where if you are offered food, you cannot refuse it. Refusing food from the Fae is considered the height of impropriety and insult.
Well, thank goodness they didn't offer me food then.
Just take it and smear it where your mouth is.
Well, no, there are exceptions, right? Like a Warforged, given the fact that he doesn't actually have a mouth in which he can talk, and were he to explain the situation of I don't consume mortal food, then
We could
it
work
would be
something out there.
excused. It would be excused, right? But
Would it not be
Sasha?
considered rude of the Fae to have offered a creature that can't eat them?
not if they don't know. Once it's explained to them and they know and they offer it again, then yes, it is rude. But on the
So-
first instance where they are trying to be a good host, then and they offer as to the group, Orion would have to explain that no, I cannot consume mortal food and drink.
This is where Orion's like hunger for mortal souls starts.
Yes. Do you have any soul coins? I'm really fiending for one these days. Give us a call back to the previous campaign.
I know it was a callback to the previous
Mhm.
campaign.
This
But
is going to be the campaign where one of the players becomes a god.
You
the
think so?
first page
You
of
think
the
so?
book you have.
Because Adira was really fucking close last campaign.
I mean, best buddy to the gods is a pretty great title. But yeah, the first page of the book reads 3 rules. There is the rule of hospitality. When a friend, enemy, or stranger enters your home, you are expected to be gracious and accommodating to them, until such a time as they prove by their words or actions undeserving. The rule of ownership. You must not steal from a friend, enemy, or stranger. To take something that doesn't belong to you without the rightful owner's permission is a crime and an unforgivable breach of etiquette. And the rule of reciprocity. When a friend, enemy, or stranger offers you a gift, you are obliged to accept it and offer something comparable in value, be it a gift or service. Such reciprocation need not happen immediately.
Sir not appearing in this life. Fae are incredibly polite, to the point where they have mastered politeness into an art form that makes them come off as puzzling little tricksters.
Also, the best, top tier malicious compliance.
Like, this takes lawful evil to a whole new fucking level.
Mhm.
They are quite literally the Lex Luthor of D&D. Which, whenever anybody asks me, how do you describe lawful evil? I'm like, go look at Lex Luthor. Because that's lawful evil in a nutshell. In accompaniment with malicious compliance. Alright.
But yes, you have a book to share amongst yourselves. They have your name now. As Sasha said, they may not use it for anything. They may call upon you using your name for some kind of favor. It's hard to say. I guess we'll find out.
Technically, now that she has your name, you guys could find yourself married to her, by the way.
Congratulations.
Oh, joy.
An exchange of names. She drops being, Scorpia Isle-White and becomes, Scorpia, Gilmore. And suddenly Sarah is now the mayor's consort. You can't stop it because you willingly gave her your name. Let me rephrase. Not willingly gave your name to her. You gave her your name. There was a little bit of compulsion, but you still gave it.
Well, if we need to, we know a chef who could bless a ceremony.
You also know a lawyer who's very good at her job.
Mm-hmm. But, me putting away my Fey notes. There we go. So we have to... Go ahead, Monric.
I say, well, then let's go look up this family and get it over with.
Well, on the bright side of the deal, she did not specify how we were to convince this family to stop going after power, only that we had to convince them.
I can be pretty convincing.
Ah, yes. I put my hat back on and become a hobo.
Sorry, I was just making a note on something. All right. Are you heading directly to this family's compound?
Do we want to gather information on this family, or just
I'm
barge?
wondering what you guys want to do.
What? I'm asking the party. Or do we want to just head straight there and see what happens? I don't
I
know
say we just
how.
head right in.
I'm kind of feeling the same thing, Monric. I don't know how reliable information and gestures around just at everything may be. Sasha? Karasef?
I'm fine with diving in.
We could easily dive in, I'm sure, but if we want to find a place for rest, I suppose, and talk about, see if anybody in the place knows of them.
Place to rest would probably be a good place to start. What time of day is it?
Mid-afternoon.
Well, I know nothing of this town. I guess, should we head towards the south side, and if we find an inn on the way, cool?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Keep an eye on your purses.
Okay. You proceed through the town. And I'm gonna need the whole party to give me perception checks.
$13.
26. It's a nat 20.
Damn.
All things have a nat 20 on.
19
14.
total. 17 plus 2. Thank you, advantage.
Okay. Sasha and Orion. You both notice 4 different families watching you. The first is a family whose symbol seems to be that of a kraken. The second is a family whose crest seems to involve chains and some sort of mechanical engineering, like mechanical feat of engineering.
Okay.
The third one seems to be what looks like a kitchen, completely in red. And the fourth, Sasha, you're the only one who catches the fourth one. The fourth seems to be a Gothic castle. And you only caught 2 of them. There was like 15 each of the other families, but this last one, you only caught 2. And you only caught 2 because they let you. And you know this. Because while all of the other families seem to be unconcerned as if they had more numbers than you, these 2 specifically stood upwind from you. So that your nose picked up their scents. So 1, they know who you are. 2, they are not afraid of you. And 3, when you go to slip your hand in your pocket, just to check it, to make sure that your coin purse is where it should be, there is a little folded up note that is now in your pocket.
I'll wait to look at it.
For the record, I'm using my mage hand to hold the angry mimic book next to my hip where my money is. Just
Smart.
holding it facing out.
Works for me.
If I catch anybody, awesome. If not, cool.
Sorry, I'm just quickly writing down my own notes. Oh! Sir not appearing in this life! Well done! Well, he actually identified one of the families already, by the way. Well done, sir.
I'm just hoping that the first family isn't friends with the one we saw on the way here.
Alright. Do you want to approach any of these families?
I only saw the first 3, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm kind of keeping an eye, but I'm looking for an inn or wherever this mansion is and just kind of trying to stick with the group. If anyone from the party wants to, I'm here for it.
I'm oblivious, so I'm no good.
Karasev isn't really paying attention to most of the families, but he is keeping a wary eye on the one with the Kraken. He doesn't want to worry about the inside of those again.
Still laughing at the port town we went to. We're like, oh, darling, what have you been up to? It's like, oh, being inside a Kraken.
Stopped it at Watandi, everybody's all happy to see you, goes to Quanmut. Hi, we're gonna make you do crime.
I've had less welcoming greetings.
Okay. Sorry, I was just quickly typing something up here.
No worries. And you said from the first 3 families there were numbers of these individuals?
There were about 15 that you clocked with the same, like, either they had a tattoo on their neck, they had a tattoo on their arms, across the back of their hands. You clocked the symbol somewhere on their bodies.
Did I get a good enough look at these symbols to possibly recreate them?
Yes.
It would be a horrible idea, but my brain just went, Wave's hand has all of the faction tattoos. I am in all of them. That's bad. No.
Good idea. But I support you in that idea.
I bet you do. Who, me? If I can't do that face without getting shit, neither can you. But yes, do we see any inns along the way?
Yes.
What are they called?
I was about to ask.
The name, I don't know if we can trust it until I hear the name. I'm sorry, DM.
Alright, you find the Ghastly Rose Tavern. Hold on, I gotta write this shit down myself, like...
New lore. Does it seem to be a well-kept place? Is it kind of run down?
However, you notice a rather alarming amount of people with Kraken tattoos there.
Ghastly indeed.
You find one that is called the Triangular Dragons Tavern.
Swallowed a block of cheese.
Conveniently enough, that's what they're known for, is their house-made cheese. Do we see any kind of faction stationed outside of the Dragon's Triangle?
Yeah, just give me a second. I gotta quickly.
Okie dokie.
Gotta quickly pull something up.
I got you. Do you think?
There is one. This one is they seem to be unarmored, but you're pretty sure you don't want to fuck with them. Like, if you had to guess, you think they would be monks.
Do we see any kind of crest on these monkish fellows?
Fucking making this shit up as I go. Hold on.
Okay, sweet.
So far, this place is my favorite.
We're winging it. Yo, if they're monks, the service must be impeccable. They're fast.
Okay, so it seems to be going with the theme. It seems to be a green dragon in flight with a red mask on.
The green dragon is wearing a red mask?
Yes.
Like a Zorro or like a theater mask?
Like a Zorro.
Okay.
Oh, see, I was picturing like another dragon mask over its face.
No.
Think Ninja Turtles, but dragon.
Okay.
And there's a lot of unarmored folks that look not to be messed with in the vicinity.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And the first one was Will.
Hang on. You find the Jazzy Scream Inn. This one seems to be factionless at first glance. Matter of fact, you don't really see anybody with any identifying tattoos in the area at all around this place. You find the lyrical rebel. And we would know this symbol as a biohazard symbol. But it's that 3 sort of weird triangle-looking things around a like a center dot.
Mm-hmm.
So which one would you like to go into?
Well, I would say either the factionless place or the one with the monks.
I am curious of the Triangular Dragons Tavern, but a factionless inn in this city seems out of place. Could be worth looking into. Anyone? Thoughts?
I don't mind where we stay. Honestly.
Sounds fine to me.
That is not an answer to a multiple choice question.
Oh, I thought you picked a place and was like, well, I'm interested here. Sorry.
There
I
are
thought you said
4
go to the
inns,
place
and
that
you
is
went, this is
factionless.
fine. Monric said that he was interested in the Triangular Dragons Tavern, or
Yep.
the factionless one, and I also expressed interest in either.
So we're all agreed that either of these seems fine.
You just need to pick one!
Excellent. I vote we split the party. Half of us stay there, half of us stay here.
Yo. I'm just gonna roll a d20 right here. I'm gonna roll it. Odds.
No, split the party. Fuck it. I want to see what happens when you fuckers split the party.
I was joking.
You know what? No, I back up splitting. Karasef and I can share. It's fine.
Oh yeah. The two paladins go bunk up. I'll go chill with Monric. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah.
I got a T-Rex.
We're gonna take our fucking auras and leave.
Yeah, we'll camp outside of town. Call us when you need us.
You know what? This is the most wretched hive of scum and villainy I have ever smelt in my life. I am going home.
It stinks. I miss my husband. Goodbye.
We'll hike back into town in the morning to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, this does seem like a pretty wretched place.
Is everyone okay if I just roll a d20 because we can't decide? Okay.
Absolutely.
So, odds, triangular dragon, evens, jazzy scream? Sound fair?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Did it go off the table?
No.
Oh, okay.
But weirdly, it bounced once. It went boop and then stopped.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4. It would seem the jazzy scream.
Okay.
It reminds me of an awful, awful pun. Nope.
Oh? Well, you can't say that and not share it with everybody.
Well, the worst inn I ever stayed at was called the Broken Fiddle. It was truly a violin. Eh?
I regret
You
asking.
made him say
I
it.
like
I did.
You asked for it. I was
I
gonna just
did!
go. Oh,
God damn it. That was awful.
I
Awful.
did warn you. But I feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to explore the jazzy scream.
Right, I am just quickly writing down lore as we're
Yeah.
doing this. It's all relevant lore, I swear.
I feel like this is another Spider-Folk moment of, you guys made me make lore.
No,
Lore happens.
no, I hadn't fleshed out all of the families in here as much as I should have
Okay.
ahead of time. So I'm doing it right now. Actually, it makes sense for them to be here. Get back up there. Yes. Okay. So we're heading into the jazzy scream? Okay.
Sure.
You enter the jazzy scream, and as soon as the door opens, loud, pounding music assaults your ears. And there are people just...
Vibing.
You walked into a club!
Nice.
Sasha, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I ask what
Okay.
kind of music is playing?
It's... If I had to, put a theme to it, It is it's like alternative punk rock.
But with old-timey instruments. So it's
Yeah.
like punk rock from the Shire.
Kinda. Like if I
Okay.
had to like pick a band for what's playing here, it's Mainskin.
Okay.
Okay? Like that's the vibe of what's playing in this club.
Sweet.
Please tell me that made sense.
I understand.
Like the drums are heavy pounding. They've got magic on it to like really bump up the audio. And as you're watching the people and sort of like trying to maneuver your way towards the bar, there are people with different family tattoos here. However, nobody is fighting. Nobody is arguing. This seems to be neutral territory.
I rolled an 8.
You're a little bit on the deaf side right now.
Understandably.
Your sensitive wolf ears.
It's just a baby. I need earplugs.
How packed is it in here?
It's really packed. Like, even though people are trying to get out of your way so that you can get to the bar to get a drink, like, there's just not a lot of moving room. Orion, I need a perception check from you, please, because you've got your robe of eyes on.
Sure. I will say, upon entering, the book goes from my hip to, like, above my head, so it's like...
The book seems to have calmed down.
It likes
now
punk
that you're
music.
in the club.
Hold on. All caps in the notes. Mimic likes punk music. Okay, you said perception?
Yep.
I swear this robe keeps saving my ass on these rolls. That is a 17. 15 plus 2 with advantage.
Okay. You notice that there is a second floor to the building, and the second floor has a balcony. And up on that balcony are 2 people. One is absolutely covered in bat tattoos. The other, you can see just a small smattering of scales crawling up the side of her neck as they glow against the flickering lights that are in the club. And she is covered in snake tattoos.
So the one with bat tattoos didn't really have any other features that stood out other than the bat tattoos, but the second one has scales and snake tattoos.
Yes. And you watch as they clock the 4 of you as you walked in. Sasha, have you looked at that note at all?
Not yet. I'm waiting for a private moment.
You're really close.
I'm waiting for a moment where I'm by myself. I don't know what they want. I don't know what this is. Could it be a secret admirer? I'll politely turn them down. That's fine, but I'm married. But you know.
Please, let this be a, like, can I take you on a date?
Alright. You guys make it to the bar. And at the bar, the bartender doesn't even take your order. The bartender, like the woman with the snake tattoos, also has scales crawling up his neck.
I've got
However,
scales.
huh? Yes, but I mean, like these are embedded around his flesh, kind of deal. He's got some on his forehead, and as he brings his hands up, you notice that they are across the back of his hands as well. When he talks, the edges of his cheeks split, like as if to follow his jaw and go back to the jaw hinge. But they're not, like they don't split apart. When he talks, and to talk loudly, he has to open his mouth quite a bit. The skin stretches. You notice that there are 4 particular teeth in his mouth that are more elongated than others. And now that you are close enough, you notice that his eyes are yellow and slitted. Much like a snake's.
Am I familiar with the creature as such in any way? Yeah. Didn't we? We did. Aha! Yes. Sorry, answered my own question. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. Good. It's been a long while.
So what is it, Otter?
It's a Yanti.
Yes, it is! Well done. His scale coloring is black and gold, by the way. The same coloring as a king cobra.
I'm sorry, I'm just remembering the last time I met one of these and then grilled it for information because I'd never seen one before.
That was Rosavati. Okay. He slides a piece of paper across the bar to you.
If no one else goes for it, I'll pick it up.
The note says, very simply, proceed to the 2nd floor. Knock twice. Wait a moment. Knock 3 times. Count to 10 and knock once. After you have read that, the paper fulminates and disappears.
Well, thank goodness for Keen Mind, because ooh-wee, that entered and left my brain as you said it.
Did you type it down? Do you want me to repeat it?
3, pause. 2, pause. 3, count to 10, 1?
Yes! Well done.
Okay. It is in my notes now.
2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 10. Actually,
2, 3, 10,
1.
Technically, when you think of a pause, it'd be like 2, 1, 3, 10, 2.
1 at the end.
1, sorry.
I'm over here just like, knocks twice, holds up Nakia, pause. Knock 3 times, pause. Count to 10.
Pause
knock
10
once,
times, yeah.
Pause.
Oh my god, I fucking love that.
I really hope that there's just somebody watching that through a little spy hole going, this guy's getting in even if he gets it wrong.
Just taking it as literally as possible because there was no context. That is how Orion is going to approach this. But
I love it.
I will look to the rest of the party and go, it would seem we are requested upstairs.
Okay, lead the way.
You are directed behind the bar through a door. And there is a set of stairs ahead of you. as you ascend the stairs, the noise in the club mutes. Not entirely gone, but definitely not as loud as it was. Until you get to a door. Now, this door looks like a regular door. However, as you step up to it, it feels extremely cold to the touch. Like, you can feel the coldness radiating off of it. And you're getting the feeling that this may not just be a regular door, and that if you tried to boot this open, you're going to shatter something, and it's not going to be the door.
Oh, lovely. Hold on. And I'll ruffle through my bag and pick up Nikia and go, hey, I need your help for a second. Now, when I say pause, I need you to put all 4 of your feet on the door. And then we have to do a pattern so the door will open so we can get upstairs. Does that make sense?
Nakia just gives you a nod and wraps her tail around your wrist so that you don't drop her.
So I will hold one arm next to the door, and I will knock twice and look at Nakia and go, pause.
And she puts all 4 of her paws on the door.
And then I pull her back and knock 3 times, and I go, pause.
And she puts all 4 paws on the door.
And I hold her there for 10 seconds, and then I knock 1 more and go, pause.
And the paws go back on the door. I fucking love that you did that. Otter, you could have a point of DM's inspiration if you don't already have one.
I figured I lost it for the pun earlier, so I'll take it back.
The door swings open.
Aha.
And you and your party step through. This is a well-appointed office. There is the door with the glass windows looking out over the club, and you could see people, bouncing and dancing and doing the whole, 9 yards. It's a party down there. There's no reason for it not to be. Seated in the chair behind the desk with 4 chairs in front of them is the bat-covered being you saw before. Closer now, you notice that the one with the snake tattoos is standing just to the left of the one seated in the chair. No sleeves on their top. Arms folded behind their back. Although you're feeling as though that pose is meant to relax the 4 of you, not that they are any less dangerous. And while the danger radiates off the one that is standing, you know not to underestimate the one that is seated. Take a seat. We have things to discuss.
I very much take a moment to, pull Nikia up to my face and go, okay, go take a nap. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for your help. And then put her back in her pouch and go and sit down.
You watch, just sort of like as a little nod to your little fire, your dragon-lit companion, a small bat alights on the seated one's shoulder.
Ah. I have one of those too. And I pull out an owl. And a
So it
mimic.
seems you have more than one.
Yes, the mimic is just kind of angrily above
The
my
mimic is
head.
calm.
Yeah.
Because it still hears the music, the mimic is calm.
Okay. It's just above my head floating there.
Do the rest of you sit, or do you range yourselves behind Orion like he is some sort of fucking crime lord?
No,
I'm
sit.
standing at the
I'll
ready.
sit.
Okay. Now
Please,
the real
God,
question,
don't make me a
Carousel.
crime lord.
Karasep, who do you stand behind?
Mind you,
I
I
don't know
look
who's
like a
sitting
hobo
where,
right
but I'm
now.
gonna position myself standing behind, like kind of between two people that are sitting.
Okay, we're gonna say that Orion sat in the middle. Sasha on his left, Monric on his right. Where are you standing?
All right, you know what? Right behind, because there's power to the left and power to the right already.
Oh,
Oh,
we
God.
still doing Orion as the crime lord.
Wait,
I
I'll like
love
even pull
this!
my seat up closer to Orion.
Oh my god, I love
Me
this.
sitting
I love
here
this
looking
so
at my
much.
charisma, just like, okay.
I guess I have to say our two charismatics. Me looking back at Karasep like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
I just sat down. Oh,
Yeah.
well, here we go.
I believe in you. Wait, hold
Oh
on.
shit, here we go again.
But I have a +5 to my saving throws, at least, between the two of the paladins.
Alright,
That's true.
the being in the chair sits there, watches all of you. They are black-haired, with red tips that start about their ears and just go down to their waist-length hair.
Is this the bat or the snake?
This is the bat. As they were talking, you noticed two fangs in their mouth, which would lead you to believe that they are either a Damphir or a vampire.
Okay.
We are not Fae. Not in the traditional sense. Giving us your names gives us no power beyond, well, the fact that we would know who you are.
Ah. Well, it would seem these days I go by the thinking man.
My name is Ash.
Bat
It was a
person?
pleasure to meet you. Yes.
Okay.
That person is Ash.
I'm gonna keep just going. Bat? Snake? Mongoose?
Bat is Ash, so you've now been
Okay.
introduced to Ash.
Yes.
And they gesture to their left side. This is my right hand. We call her Cobra. I'm sure you can figure out why. But her name is Danny.
Well, greetings, Danny. I'm Monric.
Danny just gives you a nod and says nothing more. She's staring down Karasef.
He's not even moving. He's just standing stock still.
In fact, he's taking a nap behind that mask.
No,
You
no,
hear it?
the little red eyes are still glowing,
All right.
intimidatingly through, you know.
You hear a very soft, like, snoring noise coming from Harris, just standing there passed out.
He's just breathing. It's fine. He's
Yeah,
still breathing. It's fine.
His nose got a little messed up in the last town we were in. It just makes that sound all the time.
Oh,
Oh. But
And you, my dear?
sorry.
And you, your name?
Oh,
Or what we could perhaps call you by?
It's a good name. I don't think that's a good question. I don't think I have a name. Oh, I do have a name. I think it's Kingslayer or something like that. I'm not saying that out loud. Just call me Sasha. It's fine.
Yeah, no, you are Sasha the Kingslayer.
That's true, but I don't give that out willingly.
And suddenly, a green
no.
Tandrak also appears in the room out of the wonderful little pocket dimension that we keep missing players in. Because my mom just popped into the channel.
Just a sec.
Oh! While Mama Bear's getting all situated, it would seem we have Fred, the Dragon Singer. Monric was knighted as the Steadfast. Karasef was knighted as the Merciful, and Sasha was knighted as the Kingslayer. I'm not saying this out loud, this is me informing the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it gets said out loud, Karasef is just the angry glare is just gonna switch down to Orion for just a moment, and then go back.
I introduced myself as the Thinking Man. I'm not gonna say who any of your titles are.
If Fred sits, I would Sasha would be standing. Like if I like shove Karasef over a little bit so Karasef could be like in between Orion and Monarch, and I'll sit.
And then you take up the position between Fred and Orion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
As
now
you
both paladins are like here behind me.
Moving over top of everybody.
Yes.
Great.
Where they should be.
Yeah.
You notice, as Fred takes a seat, that two more enter the room. One moves to sit on the edge of Ash's desk. He is covered liberally in tattoos. They don't have a specific motif, but he is covered in them. As well as plenty of piercings. He, like Cobra, like Danny, has scales coming up his neck. One of his arms is actually entirely fully scaled.
No. D&D. This is when we live stream.
Oh, Mom's talking to Len. Hang on. His scales are a variety of blue. And you are informed that his name is Viper. The other one that entered the room stands on the other side of Ash's chair, taking on the exact same position Danny did, hands folded behind his back. He is also covered liberally in tattoos and piercings. No discernible motif, except on the back of his hand is a Gothic castle. Printed across his fingers is the word Captain. And you notice that his hands look like they have seen a lot of combat before they are behind his back. You're getting the feeling that he, like Ash, is a vampire or a Dhampir.
Mm-hmm.
And Ash sits there and regards you. And then turns their eyes to Sasha. Did you get our note?
I like shove my hand in my pocket and just like hold it up between two fingers. I think he gets that. What does it say?
Hang on. I even had this all prepped too. Hold on.
I'm just like, yeah, and I like turn around, just like a little bit, like not so that my back's to them, but I'm like looking to the side and like opening the note.
No, I got
and
you. I
reading
got
it.
you. The note, which I have just shared with you guys in Roll20, says, "Do not interfere. We are taking out the crime families in this city. Interfere, and you will meet the same fate."
Huh. I'll just like take it and fold it back up and like slip it to Orion. Like just hand over his shoulder, over their shoulder, and like hold it for them to take. Yeah, I should have read that sooner. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Ah. Interesting.
And yet you have wandered immediately into our den. So, what did Mayor Scorpia want of you?
To take down some of our competition.
Did she happen to say which competition?
Can't remember the name of the family now.
It was the Marvells.
Marvells, yes. The Marvells.
Well, see, that's unfortunate. Because the Marvells are going to take one look at the five of you and wipe the floor with you. I am sure you are powerful and strong in your own right. I mean, look at the two standing behind you, after all.
It's a good thing I have my helmet on.
But understand that you can be as strong as you want. You will not win a war of attrition against the Marvells. They are the largest family here.
To clarify,
I'm sorry, are we boring? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
sorry, hold on.
I'm sorry. Honor, you
I'm
just
sorry,
started
were you
yawning and I
trying to
couldn't help it.
threaten us? No. That yawn absolutely came out of nowhere.
No, I know.
A creature that cannot sleep is yawning through this.
I love that for him.
Let me tell you, you need to work on your intimidation. That shit's boring. That shit hasn't changed in centuries.
The sass is real.
To be fair, she's not trying. Sorry, they're not trying to intimidate you. They're just laying out the facts. You cannot win a war of attrition against the Marvells. Literally impossible. The five of you will run out of steam long before they run out of people.
Yes, to be fair, the task that your mayor has put before us is to convince the Marvells in whatever we deem to be the way we go about it, to stay away from pursuing their power. It is not to defeat them. It is not to make them go away. It is to convince them to not pursue the mayor's power.
Well, that's not going to happen. The Marvells will always be trying to vie for more power. They currently have their eyes set on the mayor, which is wrong, by the way. They shouldn't be having their eyes set on them there. Not to flout and tout our prowess. We have taken down 16 crime families thus far. We have 6 left. And then ours will be the ruling family here in Quanwa.
There it is.
So it's not so much you're taking out the crime families as you are becoming the crime family.
Yes, of course. But we are taking out the other crime families. We're just also becoming the crime family in the process. No city can exist without crime. If it does, it's a liar. You need crime, otherwise you wouldn't need guards. And then vast majority of your population is unemployed.
I'm not arguing with that.
Yeah, you know too many of the underground to argue with that.
I know way too much to have any other opinions. Then yeah, that's fine. So I take it yours is the castle. Does this clan
Yes.
have a name?
We call ourselves Sneak.
I totally just spelled that in my notes as SNEK, and then that was like, nope. Okay, Sneak.
Sneak, as in like SNEAK.
Yeah. On our way here, we saw what I'm assuming would be considered Hell's Kitchen. I can't
Ooh.
think of anything else with red and kitchen cutlery.
That would be correct. They are a faction and comprised entirely of tieflings.
Ah.
Definitely more on the demonic summoning side.
I mean, demons can be very helpful.
Oh, they can. I have a few in my employ. And she... sorry, they, Bat, Ash, glances at both Danny and the one that you only know as Captain. And you're getting the feeling that they don't mean like actual demons. Like, they mean that their 2 lieutenants are demonic in the way that they handle the opposition. Volatile at the slightest drop of a hat kind of deal.
Out
Which
of
is probably why
curiosity,
they're still trying to stare down the 2 paladins.
which finger on Captain does not have a letter? Because Captain is only...
It is actually his left-hand ring finger.
Okay.
And that is because you notice that, well, during the brief time that you saw his hands, he actually has a wedding band on that finger. It is a tattooed wedding band, but it is a wedding band nonetheless.
So the rest of... So, business... Family?
Something like that.
Okay, sure.
Actually, give me a history check, Otter. Let's see if you can recall this.
Oh, boy. Well, I was rolling good today. That is a total of 12.
Okay. When you saw Cobra's hands, just
Mhm.
briefly, she also has the tattooed wedding band on her left hand ring finger.
Interesting.
You are able to determine they are the exact same.
Ah. So, Cobra and Viper, or Cobra and Captain are together.
Yes. Cobra and Captain are married. And the defining feature that you see, Bat is wearing a lace choker with a single gold ring that just hangs there.
Mhm.
And Viper is wearing a chain with his gold ring on it.
Adorable. I do not say
Which
that
implies-
out loud.
No, probably a good idea.
Just in the middle
They're
of this
not sure
intense
if you bleed.
conversation, just looks
They're not
really
sure-
hard at the two of them and goes, "Aw." You guys are so cute.
Bat and Viper are together, Cobra and Captain are together.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
Sorry. Yeah, they are a family full of tieflings.
okay. I too have some demons that I'm acquainted with. How interesting. We also saw one that was chains and engineering, I think it was, and I looked to Sasha. Some kind of gears, right? You were the one who saw it with me.
What was the question? I didn't hear it.
Going
heard
over
Sasha
Sasha and
the-
my
Crest.
brain sort of clicked back in. I'm so sorry.
the
I don't know what.
the crests we saw in the streets.
Oh,
I said one was chains and some kind of gears, right? And I looked up to you. Kind of
Just tilt my head. down
head
just a little bit.
snaps and just looks straight up.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just give a nod.
So yes, another one was chains and some kind of cogs. And the last one is a kraken, which is pretty easy to spot.
Yes, the Kraken. They are the Kraken, but we call them Hydra.
Okay.
They are a family comprised entirely of humans. Which, of course, makes for good eating. Which is your confirmation that this is probably a vampire and not a
I don't know.
vampire.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Then the name on that last one, the chains and the engineer.
Yeah, I'm just double checking something real quick. Hold up my encyclopedia for this.
Turns
Something
out the
quick
Tinker's
about me.
Caravan has been part of a syndicate this whole time.
No.
The Clockwork Caravan was the big enemy the whole time.
No. Sorry, I'm just double checking something really quick. Where the hell is it? Fuck, it's his thing. There it is.
While you're checking that out, I'm gonna go grab a refill on my water. Be right back.
Do we want to take a quick 5-minute? DM?
Yes, please. Will I quickly figure out what I want to name these guys?
Absolutely. Stick around, folks. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break while we figure out some lore, run to the bathroom. We will see you guys shortly.
the one with the chain and the mechanical gear. They're Onslaught. And they are a group of what we have come to determine are called Simic hybrids. Although there is one family you haven't mentioned. Actually, there's two.
Well, we only saw the 4 clocking us as we were walking through town to find somewhere to stay.
And who was the 4th? Because you only saw 3, good sir.
Well, now that
Yeah.
we've been introduced, it's 4.
Ah. Now, to be fair, you did see the 2 other ones as you were walking to try, like, basically before you decided to stop here.
Oh, that would be the biohazard and the monks. Yeah.
Ah. Yes. The dragon. The dragon one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a group that you don't want to tussle with hand to hand.
They seem like they would be adept at up and close.
They call themselves the Defenders. And they're a group of Shatterkai. And did you say a biohazard sign?
Sorry, that is how you described it, DM, but I will
Yes.
quickly
No,
sketch
wait,
the symbol
go
out.
ahead. I would love for Orion to call it that, because that is a symbol that was lost to time. Or the name for that symbol was lost to time.
Ah, yes.
And I'm totally okay with you knowing what that's called.
Sure, yes, the biohazard sign, it kind of looks, and I, like, outline it in the air.
Huh. Is that what it was called?
Is that not what it's called anymore?
We don't have a name for it. We just call them AIM. Because it looks like what some of our members use to aim with. Because it does. It looks a little bit like a reticle in on a scope. So that's what they've been calling it. They've been calling it AIM.
Yeah, they used to use a symbol akin to this to designate toxic components or chemicals
Interesting.
or reagents.
Oh, I fucked up. Sorry, we're retconning something real quick. Onslaught is a family full of water ganassi.
Okay.
And it was the group of Simic hybrids.
AIM is the Simic hybrids.
AIM is the Simic hybrids. That just makes more sense thematically.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what a water ganassi is, a tiefling. I don't think Orion would know the Simic hybrids and the Shidarkai. Those are
This. Do you ask what they are?
which ones am I not familiar with?
Both.
Then
Shatterkai,
yes.
the Shatterkai and the Simic hybrids you're not familiar with, and the family of Marvels, which are a family of astral elves. You know what elves are? You don't know what the fuck astral elves are.
Sure. I will inquire.
Okay. So this time it's not Ash that speaks. It's the captain, whose voice is rough and sounds like if he were a smoker, he smokes 3 packs a day. And he tells you, Simic hybrids are AIM's attempt at the perfect being. One that can breathe air and breathe water. And I'm sure if they could figure out how to breathe molten lava, they would do that too.
Breathing. Okay.
The water Ganassi. Wait, no. Water Ganassi was one of the ones you didn't know, right?
I know I need hybrids, Shadar-kai, Astral.
The Shadar-kai. Sorry, the Shadar-kai. The Shadar-kai. The Shadar-kai are a kind of elf. They're not very... I don't want to use the word popular, but they're not common. But unlike their elven relatives, they are much more closely related to the Fae. Although much more warrior-like and less concerned with propriety. Matter of fact, the Knight Lieutenant, the dwarven man named Nikolai Hammerforge,
Mm-hmm.
he is one of the defenders as well. Danny speaks up at this point. And your precious little mare that you're doing a job for? She's deep in Hydra. And you asked about the Astral Elves? The Marvels?
Yes, elves
best
are
way-
a storied race as it is, but I'm not familiar with that branch.
Well, as far as we've been able to determine, they're elves. However, they are out of this world, as it were. They are pale, white-haired, and possess abilities that we have not seen here.
Can you give an example?
They have the ability to disappear and reappear after throwing the area into night, as if it was a starry sky. As well, many of them can hover, float. It is unnerving. Quite a lot like whatever the hell that paladin is doing.
Karasef, your camera. You've gone ethereal. Oh, he's back.
Like, I'm sorry, Sarah, it was just super unnerving watching your camera fucking glitching out while I'm talking about fucking astral elves.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay on that. I pulled the screen up and it stopped.
Karasef is just fading into the background behind us. Oh, I'm sorry, you said they could turn invisible? Just gone.
Oh my god, it was so unnerving. Like, I'm the DM and I'm just watching this happen and I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? Is he getting possessed?
Timestamp for you, Karasef, to go look that up. It was like an hour 59, right around in there. Well, I'm certainly curious about otherworldly things. And kind of adjust my hat, and the hobo image flickers for a second. Which is really entertaining now, realizing that I'm a hobo in the middle of all of this. Just like, hey, yeah, I'm the thinking man.
The only one who doesn't react is Ash.
Mm-hmm.
The moment your illusion flickers, Cobra has 2 knives in hand, and they slip over her hand in it, like as if they were all like brass knuckles with blades.
Mm-hmm.
The captain has a longsword that he just pulled out of his fucking skin.
That sounds familiar.
And a dagger in hand, same thing. Like, his weapons just appeared in hand as if he pulled them from his flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mimic that. I'm gonna summon my blade and pull out my shield.
And Viper pulls out a gun.
I'm just gonna kind of like, whoa, takes out a notebook and jots down the weapons each of them pulled out, closes it.
He likes to remember things.
We have done nothing to provoke any threat or violence. There's no need for aggression. We're just having a conversation.
Bat just brings their hand up and waves it. And it takes a second, like it takes a little bit of time for the other 3 to relax and calm down enough before their weapons disappear with a flourish.
I will once again mimic that.
Mm-hmm. And that's when you notice the multitude of rings on Bat's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, Bat was the only one who didn't react when when you fiddled with the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And she points to the one, or they point to the one on their middle finger on their right hand. And Orion, I need you to give me an insight check, please.
Me, Otter, knows exactly what this is, but that's a 15 plus 6, 21.
That is a ring of true sight.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what you looked like the moment you walked in.
That's fine.
However, the other 3 did not, and this was not communicated to them.
I've been looking for a ring like that. It's good
You
to
can't
know
have
they
it.
do exist. I don't want yours.
Well, you all seem like a very reputable group. I'm sure that the mayor has you doing something for her so that you will get something in return. Is that correct?
As all deals with the Fae are, usually they're made to receive something, yes.
Okay. Well, we have a slight issue. We could use a little bit more manpower. We are going after Hell's Kitchen. Leave the Marvells to us. But we're going after Hell's Kitchen. You help us. And leave us to do what we will in this town. And I keep seeing stuff going on with Sarah's cam.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix the blur. Ever since I phased out, I've been blurry. And I'm trying to fix it, and I'm just making it worse.
Just a Karasef flickering in and out of existence behind all of us.
Which, honestly, kind of makes sense for all the crap he's wearing and the abilities that he just passively has active.
I know! Okay, you help us. And we will see to it that you get what you need. And as I said, leave the Marvells to us. We have a plan. And if you interfere with our plan, I cannot guarantee your safety here in the city. No one exists in this city without protection. You're lucky you haven't gotten stabbed yet. And yes, I know. And they look at Sasha. Even though Sasha like has his helmet on, they can still feel like the sassy.
Oh, yeah, he's been making faces.
Yeah, like
Just
Yeah.
you're making
radiating.
faces underneath the helmet, and like Ash can see. Like Ash can't see the faces, but they know. They know. And they're like,
Actually-
yes, before you give me they could certainly try. Have
He's
you
gonna say
ever
it.
been hit with wolfsbane?
I can
Hmm.
not what's the words I'm looking for? What's the exact words I'm looking for? I can not confirm nor deny said question.
You may attempt to test that assumption at your earliest convenience.
If you'd like to try.
Wolfsbane will knock you on your ass for a solid week if you don't get proper treatment, and enough will kill you.
So will water.
And true, your party is in danger if you do not have protection. And you want protection from the family that currently holds all the power. It is not the Marvells. It is not Hydra. It is not Onslaught. It is us. Because we control the strongest fixer in the city. If we need people to disappear, we contract him. He's out currently doing a job for us. We plan on hitting Hell's Kitchen tomorrow. After that, we'll help you get whatever it is that you need. What is it that you're looking for?
A cursed item that seems to have taken the form of 2 wedding bands. Not unlike the ones I see around the room, but a little more goopy.
We know exactly where those are. And you're not gonna like it. Or maybe you will. Who am I to judge? You help us, we'll give you the location. Matter of fact, maybe we'll even give you a little bit of reinforcement to go get them. And then you can get the fuck out of our city. Because make no mistake, the Knight Lieutenants can say that they own this city all they want. But this is our city. We own this city.
I think this sounds like a good plan.
Give it some thought. If somebody shows up to save Hell's Kitchen tomorrow, we'll know who talked. And then your asses are not safe at all. Because there will be a bounty on your head. Are we clear?
Perfectly.
Good. Then get the fuck out of my office. Enjoy the club. It's a fun time. And with that, you are summarily dismissed.
Just tell us where we're supposed to be tomorrow.
You'll know. Don't worry. You'll have the information you need.
Well, assuming we will be working together, where is an inn you would recommend we become patrons of?
I would suggest the Hypnotic Lady Inn. It's one of ours. Go in, show them this, and your rooms will be protected against pickpockets.
What are we showing them?
The captain holds out a crest with their family logo on it.
Can we get directions?
Down the street, 4 blocks, take a right. 3 more blocks, take another left. Take a left. And it should be the first building there on your right. It'll be very hard to miss.
Well, I'm all for it. What do the rest of you say?
I've done a lot of talking. I'm going to look at the rest of the party.
The inn sounds fine.
Okay. You head to the Hypnotic Lady Inn. There's music playing here as well. And I have a feeling I'm going to need you all to give me saving throws again.
Quick question about the office we were just in.
Yep.
Did it have any outward-facing windows?
It did not.
Okay.
I do believe that I am going to need everybody to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
+5. We have +5.
At least if you take it from me. What is Karasef's charisma modifier?
Please, it's also a +5.
Is it? Okay, I was double checking because I'm like, why do I feel like this son of a bitch did not decide to take charisma? I was like, hold on.
Charisma's my whole focus.
I mean, it's mine too, but
Because
I've seen
apparently
others.
you can only intimidate using charisma.
I feel like you can intimidate with strength. You just have to get creative.
Yeah.
But with the +5, it's a dirty 20. I rolled a 13 + 2 + 5.
With the +5, a 21.
Okay, Monarch with the +5 is at 25.
Yep.
Sasha?
I rolled a 6, but I have a
Same.
+5, and my modifier is a +9.
So what is it?
It's a dirty 20.
All right, you walk towards the Hypnotic Lady, and you hear one of the most beautiful voices you've ever heard. And the voice is pulling you closer and closer. And you listen as she sings about a woman who sent love letters to her husband pretending to be a secret admirer. And he fell in love with this woman, not realizing it was his wife. And it is a tale of sadness and sorrow. And as you enter, you see a single siren on the stage of this inn, providing entertainment. Successfully resisting her siren song, you are able to go up to the bar where you are met with another siren, who asks you if you would like a room for the night.
Show the symbol. Yes, we would.
You show the crest, and immediately her facade drops as if she stopped trying to sway you. She gives a short nod and says, "Of course. Follow me." And you are led to a set of soundproofed rooms where the titillating versions of verses of the siren song can no longer be heard.
Oh god, if you have a regular room here, do you just have to keep making charisma saves the whole time you're here? That's awful.
Yes, it is! Sneak is in league with vampires, Yanti, and sirens. And you wonder why Ash said they were the most dangerous family in the fucking city. Also, if you're looking for a musical counterpart to what, like, a modern day musical counterpart, the siren sounds like Kate Bush.
Is that the one that's running up that hill?
Yep.
Okay.
Although the song that you came in on was Babushka.
The only song by them I know offhand is Running Up the Hill. I've heard other music by them, but I can't think of the titles of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Stranger Things made her really popular again.
I'm sorry, but I'm so sick of Running Up That Hill because it has been everywhere oppressively for so long.
The rest of her music's really good. If you have not had a chance to listen to some of the rest of her stuff, I definitely suggest you give it a try. I was introduced to Kate Bush with Babushka, and then sort of found the rest of her music, mostly because I never watched Stranger Things, so.
Meanwhile, I have no idea who this is.
Oh, just YouTube Running Up That Hill when we're done. And I promise you've heard it somewhere.
You know what? I'm just going to make this a little easy. Zara, I'm just going to send you the Spotify link to the artist's page.
What
Enjoy.
Does our room look like other than soundproof?
It's a fairly standard room. The walls are not straight. They are like the corrugated, foamy kind of siding. And you're realizing that's what makes it soundproof.
Mm-hmm.
So not only English. I know we're getting towards the end of the night, but please. Not only can you not hear anything outside of the room, but nobody could hear anything going on inside the room either.
Oh, I mean, that's cool and all, but I'm still going to throw up a private sanctum immediately.
Sure. As a party, you have a choice.
Throw that.
Do you complete your job with the mayor? Or do you work with Sneak?
So,
I'm all for going with Sneak.
very much gonna take a second to be like, let me secure the room, and then we should talk this through. And I will go around casting this, which takes 10 minutes. But the duration is 24 hours, so we can now speak freely. Why did I feel like a mob boss there? Kind of in the middle of everybody? That was kind of stressful. Thoughts?
Because you shouldn't leave Fred to do that job!
Fred wasn't with us at the time.
I know.
So Monric, your vote is to help Sneak. Well, I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
I think they'll get us the results we need.
Oh, the deal we made was only to prevent them or convince them to not pursue power. It really never said anything about allowing a different power to take its place. Semantics are quite a lovely hobby of the Fae, so that should well fit into the deal we made. Sasha?
Well, and Sneak says they're going to take care of.
Yeah. If Sneak plans to go after the Marvells anyway, it seems like circumstance, but that would also mean we're involving ourselves in what would be considered almost gang warfare. I think that's the term for it these days. Karisef,
Technically,
you've
yes.
been rather quiet, or what are your thoughts? I can feel you staring very hard, but I can't tell what it's about.
My feelings on this place aren't great.
Agreed.
I move, and I say this, I know this isn't the most helpful of things to necessarily help along the way, but I will move with the party. I will move with what you all decide, but I will not make a choice on what we do because I do not wish to.
You do
take
not like
sides.
any of the choices.
I
I'm
fight with
pretty
you.
sure
That is
they're
all I fight with.
scum, but I will follow whatever the party chooses to do.
You expected the two paladins to make a choice in the middle of a crime city?
Listen.
I took two paladins and set them in what was basically Gotham City.
I'm itching to
DM,
fight.
listen. I understand that asking the paladins this question is going to result in this answer. But I would feel
you had to
worse
ask.
not asking.
I get it, but also,
I know what I did.
I feel like a good question here might be, is it a bad idea to break a deal with a powerful Fae?
So, here's the
Breaking a
interesting
deal with
thing
the
about that. Words, like names, have power. The wording of our deal with the mayor was we agree to help them take care of the problem of this faction coming for their power. So, by aiding a different faction who will, down the road, take care of that faction, we are in fact fulfilling our deal with the Fae. It is semantics, but such is the way of words. This is why contracts are pages and pages and pages, because of gray area. Although I am very curious, at the end of wherever this all ends up, if the mayor is procuring the item for us, and Sneak says they will take us to the item, is Sneak just gonna take us to the mayor's office where she already just has it for us to go here? You did the thing?
That'd
I
be
will
funny.
remind you I will remind you that the mayor said we need to find it. She
Mhm.
doesn't know where it is. Sneak knows where it is.
Oh yeah.
And knows that there is something there that is probably going to prevent you from getting it.
Mhm.
Which is why they said, we will take you. And we might provide some help.
Oh yeah. This is just Orion theory
Mhm.
thought crafting through it.
Yeah. No, I
but-
just wanted to
Yeah.
to remind you that Sneak said they knew where it was. The mayor said they needed to find it.
Well, if Sneak does know where it is, that saves us time on the mayor. They said she said it would take her some time to find it. Either way, it's doing dirty work. But we do need to get our hands on these rings. And honestly, having the ability of help from an established larger family in the city might make our job a little easier. Take us from 5 people to more for getting this finished.
I'm not opposed to watching scum wipe each other out.
As long as you're helping, yeah? Waiting for the grin come through the mask on Garrison. Well, does it hurt us to see where things go come tomorrow for Hell's Kitchen? See how that endeavor lays out and how we feel working with Sneak.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Is Fred still here with us? I know she's not in
No,
the chat.
Mom
but
popped
is,
back out.
But
Mom
is
popped back out.
Fred
Yes.
with the party?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's with you. You can run all of these ideas by her next week.
Yep, that was the plan.
So we will pick up next week, right in the middle of this meeting, so that you guys can catch Fred up, and then find out what she wants to do.
Okay.
Okay? So, as we wrap up for the night, we'd like to thank our sponsors, FX May Vary, a local band here in Toronto, as well as our Patreons, who are lovely, lovely supporters. Shout out to my mom, of course, Mama Bear, who is not here with us tonight, as she was she's out fishing this weekend for Mother's Day weekend, which is another thing. If you're close with your moms, call your mom. She worries about you. Some days, most days. Look, Mom read my card that I left, and I was like, cool, does that mean I don't have to call you on Sunday? She's like, no, you still have to fucking call me on Sunday. I'm like, but I'm seeing you Monday. She's like, you still have to call me Sunday. And I'm like, fine. Anyway, I will be calling my mother on Sunday. I love my mom. My mom's great. And of course, I'd like to thank D&D Beyond, a wonderful repository for everything 5e, homebrewed and canon. Pandemic is still going on, guys, so, as always, wash your hands, sanitize if you can't, social distance if at all possible, wear a mask if you're not feeling well or don't feel comfortable, be kind to one another, and remember, roar for initiative. And we'll see you all next week!